Look at this sweet little sleeping thing back there. All right, so this video has... I'm having a time. Okay, so this video has been requested, and it's already been in the making as far as I had it written down. I think both of them are okay. I had this planned. I just haven't gotten to it here lately. If you haven't seen this video, I did one where I used my most expensive makeup items and put together a full face. So today, this isn't quite the opposite. Like, this isn't my most cheapest products or anything, because I actually have done a video before. I think I've done one products under $10. I think I've done one products under $5. I'm not 100% sure on that one, but whatever I have done, I'll put here and link for you at the end. So what I've done for this video is I went through the product list that I did in using my most expensive makeup products, and I grabbed things that definitely are cheaper, but are kind of in that same realm of what I use. So they're not 100% dupes, but they're very relatable products at a much cheaper price point. So let's get started. All right, for eyeshadow primer, it's always the same. The Milani eyeshadow primer, you just can't beat it. ColourPop did recently release a new one that I would be interested in trying. I honestly have just kind of been on a makeup no-buy, not purposefully, which I mean I probably should be purposefully, you know, intentionally saving money, but I just really haven't seen anything that I've been excited about. I think the last palette that I was excited about, actually I think it was from ColourPop. I can't remember which one it was now. I think it was like maybe that new jeweled one, or there was something from, oh, it was that aqua-y blue one. But in my last video, like I said, I used the expensive products and I used a Too Faced palette. Well, today I've mentioned these palettes a zillion times, but honestly, you just can't beat the price, the quality, and the variety. So today I'm mentioning the 10 pan palettes from Profusion. They also have larger palettes that are only $10. Sometimes maybe 12 or 13, still a great price. I mean, if I didn't have so much eyeshadow already, those would definitely be palettes to check out. But what I like about the 10 pan palettes is that they are a lot of times much more curated, more theme specific. So like when I'm looking for targeted colors, I can find it. So I do have the Emeralds palette. I do have the Mauves palette. But today what I want to use is the Meadow palette. This is one of their newer palettes. They also have one they recently came out with called Euphoria Epiphany. What is it called? I don't know. I'll put a picture of it right here. But I would like to get that palette. But again, these are only $4 something and change. So today what I want to do, just for comfort, I'm looking to enjoy my makeup today. Need to relax a little bit, release some anxiety. We're going to put some Calm. I think I got this at Rue 21. This is Bergamot and Vetiver. I have no idea what Vetiver is. Vetiver. Oh, it does smell good though. I love Bergamot. Did not know I liked Bergamot till I started noticing the pattern that a lot of the stuff that I bought had Bergamot in it. Okay. So what I want to do today, again, I'm just looking to release a little bit of, I need some, what is it called? Dopamine, endorphin, something. I don't know. I want to go for just a classic, for me, halo eye. So what I'm thinking is I'm going to go with this color, then this color, and then this in the center. So I really do. These are great palettes. Nice options, lots of options. There's like nudes, classics, colorful ones, a yellow one. I mean, there's just anything and everything you can think of they have in this line from Profusion. And again, they also have the larger palettes that you can check out. Let's pop some eyeshadow on. Going in with the shade Willow. so here is one I done. It honestly looks patchier on my camera than in real life. Like in real life, it looks really nice. Like I'm pretty pleased with it, but then for some reason on camera, it looks a little patchy right there. But, oh well. Sometimes it looks really good on camera, then in real life, you're like, ooh. So I guess I'll take the reverse of that, right? Let's see if I can take just a little bit of that willow shade right here. All right, then let's take just a clean brush and kind of blend this up in here maybe. That'll help just. So what I did was I started with willow on the outer and inner. Then next to that I went in with woodland. On the center I went in with roots. And then at the top I went in with a little bit of forbidden and then canopy above that. So I'm going to go ahead and pop this on the other eye and then I'll come back and we will continue. Alright, both eyes are done. Let's move on to eyeliner. A really great eyeliner, especially I think brown eyeliners are really hard to find like a good richly pigmented one. So the one that I am going to be using today is from Revlon. This is the Colorstay Micro Hyper Precision Gel Eyeliner in the shade brown. And the only thing I will say about this is that because it is gel, it goes quickly. But the good thing is it's drugstore, so the price is reasonable. But I also like that it comes with a smudger on the end. So I am just going to put some of this on and move on from there, I guess. I really need something to like set this mirror on because I need it up high to see what I'm doing. But every time I go to put it on, I really don't have anything high enough. All right, so there is that. And what I like about this is that because it's gel, it just glides so easily. It doesn't catch or tug or pull. It just sweeps on there. So now I'm going to go back in with the smudger side and just make it a little less harsh. Then clean it up a little bit. And you can, with that smudger, kind of bring it out to create a little bit of a winged liner, but I'm not really going to worry about that today. But it's a really nice eyeliner. But again, the only downside is the gel goes quickly. But the plus side is it glides nicely, it doesn't tug or pull, and it is a drugstore price range. So for mascara, there should be no question as to what one I'm going to recommend. The Essence Mascara. Now, I specifically am using the new Curl and Volume Mascara, but they also have the waterproof. I also have the Sculpted Volume. I have the False Lash Effect. I have the Curl and Hold Mascara. And I have the Lash Extensions Mascara. So you know what? Let's go in with this one for today. Now what's great about these are that these are all under $5. And they also have the red one that's really good in the black tube. I actually give that to my sister. And they also have the waterproof in the black tube. But today, just for fun, we'll go in with the Volume Stylish Lash Extensions Mascara. Now this is a much thinner wand. And I'm just going to pop that on. What I'm noticing is it's not really giving me the length or volume that this other one does. We might layer them and see what happens. Okay, so there's a little bit of the lash effect. These are English. Lash extension. So now what I'm going to do is go on top of that with a little bit of the Curl and Volume. As you can see, this is a much more voluminous hourglass shaped wand. Let's see what these do together. Giving me more volume, but not, oh, it's giving me a little bit of curl too. This one definitely gave me some curl and some volume. I'm gonna let that dry a little bit and then I'm gonna blink down onto my fingers to kind of get a little bit more curl. I learned that tip from Emily Noel. So before we move on to face, this is not a part of the video, but I did want to mention I am testing the IT Confidence in a Cream Anti-Aging Armor, whatever this is. I'm using it for 30 days. Today is day 3 or 4, and I'm really focusing it in the middle of my eyebrows. Like, I don't know if you can see, I have these 2 lines here, focusing it on my upper lip. So I'm noticing a lot of lines popping up, making sure we really get that, and focusing it on my forehead. So really in my T-zone area and putting a little bit on the under eyes. Now, my question is, I also have the L'Oreal Age Perfect Hydro Nutrition Day Cream. And honestly, the textures, that one may be a little bit harder. This one's more whippy. This one's more just hard. Like, I don't know how to explain it, but they kind of remind me of each other. Now, I did notice Emily Noel contribute this one to being like the Bobbi Brown, whatever that product is. So, but anyways, we are just testing this puppy out because the lines between my eyebrows are just too much. They're just too much for anyone to have to deal with. So, there you have it. So, there's that. So, again, that's not part of this. This is definitely not cheap. Not expensive, but not cheap. So next for primer, we're going to go in with this one. It's a little bit more new in my collection, but I've really been enjoying it. The Wet n Wild Impossible Primer. It says the one silicone-free primer that does it all. And honestly, it is really interesting. Like, it comes out like you would think it's silicone, but then it's not really jelly. It's lotiony, kind of wet. I don't know. It's a very interesting primer is what I'll tell you. So we're just going to apply this all over. It doesn't take very much either because you think it's not going to be a lot. But then once you start to apply it, it just disperses like water. I don't know. It's the weirdest thing. But anyway, it is a good primer. It does minimize pores and hydrates. But like, it really is impossible to describe. It's a very odd primer, but a good one. Okay, so something I want to do that I've been enjoying again, I used to do it a lot, but kind of got off the bandwagon, is to put my concealer on first. And honestly, a tried and true, good, reliable drugstore concealer is the Maybelline Fit Me. I feel like this is good for a lot of skin types because it really doesn't necessarily cater to dry or oily. It's good for both, and it's got a large shade range. So another thing I want to do that I learned from the Bailey Sarian video, if you haven't seen that one, is apply it with this flat shader brush. So I am just, mine is in the shade 01 Cool Ivory. And I like this because you really can get up into that inner corner, especially when I'm using like dark shadows that tend to sometimes fluff over and create a little bit of a shadow right there. You know, I want that to brighten. And I'm just going to take this on my nose. I probably used way too much. Just put some here. Put some here. Then I'm going to take a sponge. I'm going to spray it a little bit and finish blending this out. But look how just it covered everything. I don't know. I really have been, and this is a super cheap flat shader brush. This is one of the old school ones from Wet n Wild. But again, if you watch that Bailey Sarian video, I talk about it in that video. So let's go ahead, finish blending this out. Okay. I'm gonna take my fingers, just really tap in that inner corner. I just love how bright my inner corners look, and they don't look cakey or like there's a lot of buildup of product. All right, so for foundation, in my other video, I use the KVD Good Apple Foundation Balm. Yeah, and that is a very high coverage foundation. Unfortunately, the wear has not been great. I have tested quite a few different primers underneath and methods of application, and the wear has just not been the best for me. But it is high coverage. So a foundation that I can recommend from the drugstore that I think is really good, actually love the wear of it, and is high coverage, is the Hard Candy Glamoflauge Full Coverage Foundation, 16-hour wear, oil-free. Now mine is in the shade 1502 Vanilla, and it does come on a doe foot. So I am going to just pop it on one side and show you what the coverage looks like before we go ahead and apply it on the other side. This is a foundation that if you want extra coverage, it really is a good idea to go in with little layers and then go back and apply and build. And if you put too much out the gate, it is going to look a little bit cakey, a little bit overdone. But if you go in small layers and just build where you really need the coverage, it really does come out rather nicely. All right, so here we have one side completely covered compared to this side with no foundation. Now I can see a little bit of my redness still peeking through. So if I wanted to, I could cover that back up, but by the time we do powder and everything, that really is going to kind of neutralize that little bit of redness that's still coming through. But other than that, you can just see how smooth and complete the foundation is in covering my face. So let me go ahead and apply it to the other side. Again, I'm just going to start in little layers. Just kind of dab, dab, dab. Blend that out and then go back in and build up anywhere I feel I still need extra coverage. All right, and there we have the full coverage. And oh my gosh, is it looking kind of dark, like kind of bluey dark? Anyway, so what I like about this is that it does not look rough on my nose or in between my eyebrows. Like, it honestly looks really smooth. And again, I really like the wear of this foundation. So before we go in with powder, we're going to go in with a little bit of cream contour. And honestly, a great palette from the drugstore for this is the cream contour palette from e.l.f. This one, I don't know if there's shades or not, but like, you've got this color, this very nice contour color, a more bronzy color, pretty deep, and then a more neutral kind of bronzy color. So I'm going to go in with the contour shade, and I am going in with this lighter shade at the top. It's more cool toned, and I am just going to bring that down. I'm going to take a little bit on the sides of my nose and a little bit up here on my temples. And then I'm just going to take my sponge that I applied my foundation with and blend this all in. Alright, so now let's set with powder. Going in with the Maybelline Fit Me Loose Finishing Powder. Awesome drugstore powder. Has a nice shade range, so that if you do need a little bit of tint to your powder, you should be able to find it in this product. Really nice finish, not too drying. And this is in the shade Fair, so they do have a translucent, but like I said, I do have this powder that has just a little bit of color to it, so I feel like this will finish canceling out any redness on my cheeks, which is why I didn't want to go overkill with the foundation and end up making it look cake. I am kind of avoiding where I put the cream contour because I am going to go over it with a powder bronzer. So speaking of powder bronzer, a wonderful matte bronzer for fall. I've used it in a lot of videos over time and even here recently. The Milani Silky Matte Bronzer, you just can't beat it. It's a wonderful matte bronzer, a beautiful color. This is in the shade 02, so there is one lighter than this, which is probably what I should have gone with, but I've used this for so long now that I'm just used to this shade. It's still a nice kind of coolish looking bronzer. I'm going to take just a plain brush, or a brush with no product on it, and just really blend out over that bronzer. A really great line of blushes is the Maybelline Fit Me blushes. There are so many colors. I mean, the Maybelline Fit Me line really is a nice line for products. I mean, they are very versatile. There's a large shade range in the products, and it just fits a lot of skin tones, skin colors, all of that. So the blush I'm going to be using today is actually in the shade Rose. It's very pinky with a hint of shimmer, but it's not too much. It's not like once you put it on the face that it's super shimmery or anything. So I'm just going to tap into that. Okay, sorry, got a phone call, so I finished up my blush while I was on that. So now let's go into highlighter. In the other video, I used a really pretty, vibrant Papow highlighter. So I wanted to give you a really good drugstore option, and the Wet n Wild loose highlighters, this is their loose highlighting powder, and this one specifically is in the shade I'm So Lit. These are amazing, and like, I'm never going to run out of this. I've had this forever, and there's no end in sight. So the thing is with these, you really want to go in light-handed because it is very easy to get very overpowered very quickly. Like, this is like the highlight that they use in those videos where they tap the brush over the camera. So you see what I mean? Very easy to go overboard very quickly, but honestly, these are a great high impact highlighter for a really nice drugstore price. And then the problem is I like it so much that I just kind of keep going and keep going, and then eventually my whole face is nothing but highlighter. But some days you just need that. Some days you gotta go full highlight. So anyways, fabulous highlighter, great price, will last you forever and ever. Okay, quickly for brows. Now in the other video I did use a drugstore brow product, but something even cheaper is the Essence Designer Brow Pencil, and this is in soft brown. This is a traditional like pencil brow product, and it's really going to give you a very nice natural looking brow, which is fine. It may be a little underwhelming for this look considering the eyeshadow, but it is a really nice product. It's very nice for when you want to do minimal makeup and still kind of look put together. So it does. The only bad thing is it has like this weird little thing on the end of the brush. I'd much rather have it spoolie, but it is what it is. So let's quickly fill in this brow. So very soft, natural color, soft, natural kind of look and application, but not a bad product. Not a bad product at all. Honestly, the only downfall to it, in my opinion, is the fact that there is not a spoolie. All right, so for spray, Wet n Wild 3-in-1 primer water. Great for the beginning of your makeup application and great for at the end to refresh and let all of your powders kind of melt together. So while that's drying, and then we'll finish up the lower lash line, let's talk about lips. A really fantastic line of liquid lipsticks from the drugstore are the Matte Ink Super Stay Matte Ink Liquid Lips from Maybelline. I have quite a few colors here. I have Voyager, Amazonian, Globetrotter, Pioneer, and I think I have another color, but I don't know what. Oh yeah, I have Huntress, which is great. Also used that in that Bailey Sarian video. I don't know. Voyager may be too much with this lip. This is like a very dark red. Yeah, I think that's going to be overkill. So I think we're going to go in with Amazonian. It's kind of like a brownish. Well, I don't feel like that's going to really match either. So I may not end up using these because none of the colors really work with the eyeshadow look. However, they are great products. Another great line from Maybelline is the Super Stay Ink crayons. Have quite a few shades in this as well. Today I'm going to go in with Enjoy the View, which is just kind of like a pink. Yeah, maybe a little too pink, but it'll be okay. These are also really nice from Maybelline. All right, let's finish up that lower lash line. I'm just going to kind of repeat what I did on the top as best I can. As best I can is the name of the game. So we're going to take a little bit of Willow. Then I'm going to take a little bit of Woodland. Baby! And then in the middle, we're going to go in with Roots. Hiya!
Hiya.
Hiya, did you have a good nap? Oh, don't step on it. Well, I see. Put it down, baby. Mama don't want it right now. Hi, you want your tablet?
Yeah.
Alright, so there's the lower lash line. I think for a little bit of like pop and drama, I'm going to go in on the, this is just for fun. I'm going to go in on the lash waterline with this Almay All Day Intensive Gel Eyeliner in Evergreen. There's something in this eye though that's got to get rectified. It almost looks a little bit blue. Let's go underneath the lower lash line with just a tinge, just like a boop of Forbidden. So on the lower lash line, I am going to go in. It's just my favorite lower lash mascara, probably because of the shape of the wand, the Maybelline Lash Sensational, the old school mascara. Pop a little bit of this on the lower lash line. Now, I think that this eyeshadow look would benefit from lashes, but I don't think I'm brave enough to put them on because I am going to be putting my glasses back on here a little bit. Alright, so here we have the finished look with a full face of lesser expensive products than my most expensive, for sure. I really like this eyeshadow look with the kind of maroons and the greens. I do think though, like, let me just fake it for a second and show you. Alright, I had some visitors sneak in and the dog's barking because the husband's home. I threw on some AOA Studio lashes in Jenna. Picked those because that's my hairdresser's name. So here are the lashes. Definitely gives the eye look a little something. Not really loving the lip, but love the products. So thank you for watching this video. I hope you will like and subscribe, and I will see you next time. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. Can you blow a kiss? Bye. All right, everybody calm down. Shh. Okay. So I oh my gosh. Wesley, sit down. Hi. Come give me a kiss on camera.
Okay.